Biodiversity is connected to everything that sustains us and is invaluable for future generations.
Permanent loss of biodiversity represents one of the biggest systemic risks for all life on the planet.
We are totally convinced that biodiversity is an absolute necessity if we want to continue to develop our civilization.
Financial returns do not matter if there's no future with a good quality of life of our clients to enjoy.
Without nature, we cannot and will not survive.
Without immediate action by the Earth's stakeholders to deter climate change and protect biodiversity, ecosystems will fail, resources will diminish, and animals as well as humans will perish.
On behalf of Caisse des Dépôts, I pledge for biodiversity.
On behalf of HSBC Global Asset Management, I pledge for biodiversity.
I pledge for biodiversity.
I pledge for biodiversity.
I pledge for biodiversity.
I pledge for halting the loss of biodiversity.
We therefore commit to the following.
By 2024, at the latest.
Collaborate and share knowledge.
Engage with companies.
Assess impact.
Set targets.
And report publicly.
The financial sector has great power to steer towards sound biodiversity investments.
Financial institutions, through their roles as investors or lenders, can influence the policies and procedures of companies, alter their behavior and impacts.
Therefore, I ask each financial institution, small or big, to sign the pledge.
I would like to call on other financial institutions to sign the pledge.
All institutions together have to unite to push in that direction. Without that, we will not succeed.
Together, we can have a far bigger impact than as individual institutions alone.
We cannot do this alone. So we need financial institutions globally to join us in our ambition to resolve this global crisis.
We call on the global leaders
to agree on effective measures
to reverse nature loss in this decade
and to ensure ecosystem resilience.
We therefore call upon the public and private sector to take steps in reversing nature loss in a decade.
Due to the complexity and urgency, we need governments to develop an integrated policy framework and plan of action that includes the business and financial sector.
We need common frameworks and international science-based biodiversity targets. We also need an agreement that supports the action of investors and insurers towards biodiversity protection. And we need policymakers to catalyze all these efforts.
We call on governments to join us in this challenge.
To not only commit to legally binding targets to protect and restore nature, but to enforce them with vigor and at pace.
Governments worldwide need to work together to subsidize net positive restoration of biodiversity.
The time is now.